Morning, this beautiful solstice morning. There's a lot of banging going on. That's because there's builders next door. So hopefully we can go forward with them without them disturbing us too much. It's as if beings from another domain are knocking, wondering if we'll wake up. Perhaps it's our higher selves knocking, wondering if we'll wake up. Wonder if this moment is our wake up. Because it's an incredibly exciting time for humanity. Not just because there's a massive consciousness shift happening, a massive awakening happening, but because also technology in these last weeks, literally in these last weeks, has taken a quantum leap. We now have computing power beyond anything that any of us can actually visualize or imagine. But a month ago, the most powerful computer we had would take 3 billion years to solve a problem that now the quantum supremacy computing has been able to do in 3 minutes. 3 billion years to 3 minutes. Which means that whatever issues we have on this planet, we cannot say, well, we hadn't got enough intelligence, we hadn't got enough computing power, we hadn't got enough logical power, we hadn't got enough thought power. We could set a task now of distributing everything fairly without money, and we can come up with the answer of how we can do that logistically. We can set these incredible intelligences the task of cleaning up the ocean. How will we do that? And they will come up with a solution. We can set them the task of how best to deal with nuclear waste, which is a sinister and very dangerous energy that lurks and is getting more and more every day. And they will come up with it. So all that we need now is the will. Humanity just needs the will and the vision, and to invent the possibility of using all this technology to turn things around. The great turning. People are talking about the great reset. And there's a shadow to the great reset, and there's a great light to the great reset. The great reset that is of the light means that we all, as a matter of urgency, we decide to look after people, to feed them, to give them water, to house them, to educate them, and to make sure that they're okay, that no one be in slavery, that no one be abused, that all debt be forgiven. There's so much debt in this world that even if all the money was directed towards paying the debt of the world, there wouldn't be enough money. There's not enough money printed. There's not enough money to pay the debt we've created. So let's just forget it. We can do this. So the positive reset is a rejigging, is a reorientation of our intentions. It's no longer, the economy of the world is no longer the most important thing. The ecology of the world becomes the most important thing. The maintaining of our ecosystem, of the air, of the water. Water wars are predicted soon if we don't sort it out. But technology can, if we've got the will. And in the positive side, in the light of the Great Reset that we are hoping for, that wealth will be distributed fairly, equitably. Because wherever power or wealth accumulates beyond a certain point, history shows us that bad things start happening. And we kind of all know what equitable means. Now, the danger with all this is that humanity is so befuddled by this deluge of information that's come through the internet that we can't reach consensus about anything. We can't reach enough consensus about something to actually do something that we need to do. People with vested interests are looking very short term and turning a blind eye to the middle and long term consequences of what they're doing. Now, the danger is that if we don't reach consensus, then those who have already accumulated power decide to take responsibility and do stuff. And here is the shadow of the Great Reset. But something has to shift, and something is shifting. So what does it mean for us? How do we enter this new age? What is the portal into this new age? It's to recognize who we actually are. We can enter into that world right now. And I said, let's do that. Why not? Let's do that. So this will be a guided meditation. And you can have your eyes open, in which case look at me and try not to blink. Try not to blink and just keep open. Or you can close your eyes and visualize. Okay, so first let's be clear that you are eligible. You are invited. You are called. The way is clear for you. You have come for this. The time is now. It's you. You sovereign being. You holy soul. You immaculate creation. The call comes from your knowing. The call comes from your heart. The call comes from the future. The call comes from the present. The call comes from the angels. The call comes from life. The call comes from all you know. So first let us become aware of the environment that we're in, whether there be noises, smells, temperature, and recognize that we're in an environment, but we're not actually interested in anything about it. Just let everything in the environment be. Don't make any wishes that it would be different. Just accept the environment you find yourself in right now and let it be. You might even mentally say, I accept where I am. And then, moving into the body, bring your attention to the top of your head. Feel what you're feeling on the top of your head. Is there any energy, any movement, any sensation? And now your attention to your forehead, around the sides of your head, top of your skull, coming down to your eyeballs and their sockets, to your ears, to your jaw, to your neck, to your shoulders. Can you feel your clothes on your shoulders? Are they tense? Are they relaxed? Coming down your arms, elbows, and feeling your hands. What does it feel like having your hands? Are they cold? Are they tingling? Are they throbbing? Are they pulsing? Now come down your front, from your chest, your tummy, your stomach, and to the ground. And your back, coming down your spine, your pelvis, and the ground. Feel your weight. Feel your weight. And your thighs, to your knees, your calves, to your feet, to your toes. The sensations of having a physical body. Being present to them, we're not interested in them. There they are. Let them be. Don't wish them another way. Just accept as it is. Don't try and change the circumstance of your body. Now bring yourself in to your emotional body. Choose to feel what you're feeling. To feel what you're feeling. Momentums of feeling. Different streams of feeling coming out of the past. Perhaps you've been feeling anxious. Perhaps you've been feeling grief at the way things are going, generally, or grief of things that have happened in your own life. Perhaps you've been feeling helpless. Perhaps you've been feeling hopeless. Where are those feelings? Allow them. Anything that you've been holding back and suppressing, now accept. Feel it. Perhaps you've been feeling excited. Perhaps you've been feeling tremendous love. Perhaps you are sensing what's going on. Allow it to be. Don't get carried away by it. You're just observing it. You're noticing what you're feeling. But again, you're not interested. You're going somewhere else. And there's your thoughts, your mental thoughts happening in your mental body. Same as they ever were. Not interested. Your commentary about how you're doing, how I'm doing, not interested this time. Come back later. Anything that the mind has to say right now, we're really not interested. We're going somewhere else. The part you've been playing in this life, of a man or a woman, or of something else, a parent, a friend, a brother, a sister, a lover, the job you've been doing, the functions that you perform, the part you play in this life, supported by states of consciousness, thoughts, feelings, sensations, all of them release. None of that we're interested in. Now that we're open, mentally or out loud, say the word I. I, 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 I. Keep going and notice what is happening when you do this. It's pulling you out of your mind and pulling you into your heart. I, 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 I. If you're experiencing this, you're probably feeling a sense of centering in the heart, perhaps a warmth developing, perhaps an excitement because this works. I, 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 I. Going deeper and deeper into the I, the subtle sense I am. Leaving everything else aside, just I am. Now you should be feeling peace and stillness, simplicity, clarity, and freedom. And as you vacate this space, coming into the heart, there is love. Opening into a field of love, the lover, loving in a field of love. Your breath now is much more shallow, and its nature is love. Your breath gently fanning your heart, and sending ripples of love. Emanating love in a field of love. Will you allow something that fantastic? And if you come out of that space, then I will bring you back. So here you sit on the throne in your own heart, the sovereign being of silence, impartial, awake, present, loving, in a field of love. This presence is everywhere, always. And now you are it. So now, in this special moment in time, let us offer up prayers in words and vibrations. The flame in the core of our heart is lit. We are present to love. Recognizing that we are here because of our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, our great-great-great-grandparents, our great-great-great-great-great-grandparents, and so on and so on and so on. Innumerable beings brought us to this point, and all of them are interconnected. And we call for their blessing. And we send our blessing backwards through time. We let them know it will be okay. We let them know that love is being victorious. We call in our guardian angel, who hovers just outside of our conscious awareness most of the time, but comes to us in dreams, and visions, and intuitions. Thank you. Thank you. Please guide me. Please help me. Please show me how to maintain my presence in the field of love as a lover, loving. And then we bring to mind all those people that we feel we're not complete with. And we accept them as they are. We no longer try to change anybody or make anybody wrong for being who they are right now. We forgive everybody for everything. I forgive everyone for everything. We stop psychically punishing anyone. Let everyone be, so that this love can flow through all parts of your life, all the domains. Wherever you've withdrawn your love, give it up. Let love flow. Let love be. Forgive, release. Let your life drama be. Detach, disassociate, radiate, this now, free of the consequences of all that's been. This you that the I brings you to has been untouched by anything that's happened. Recognize this. You are whole. You are not wounded. You are not broken. You are whole. You are free. You are freedom itself. Confirm this. You are full in this emptiness. You are presence in this emptiness. How you think it is, put that down. Be brave enough to see how it actually is and who you actually are. Now we recognize that although we are unassociated and free, we exist in a unified field with all other beings and all of life. So let us now choose to emanate consciously love into the collective consciousness, where people might be crying, where people might be in misery, where people might be suffering. Radiate love into the entire matrix of humanity, all of it interconnected, nothing separate from it. May all beings awaken to the reality of what truly is, and together may we generate heaven on earth. May we respect all life. May there be a great awakening to the wonder of love, inconceivable love, love that can't be looked at, but can only be felt. Now, at this conscious choice point, choose love. Choose happiness. Choose compassion. Choose kindness. Choose generosity. Choose love. Commit yourself to being awake and doing what it takes. Choose to be that your liberation is now. Recognize that all is well. In your mind's eye, you can see the globe of this beautiful earth. And around it, an aura of pure white light, pulsing, living, blessing the entire planet. From the very smallest level of subatomic particles right the way up to the globe itself. Everything blessed. Focus and visualize this light pulsing through everything. It's a good thing that you are here. Know that you have everything that you need to be all that you can be. You already have everything that you need to be all that you can be. So we'll finish this with 3 ohms. Thank you. Okay. And come back and relax. If you have any questions or topics you'd like to talk about, then message me and we'll have a look. Jenny is asking for us to send her some light and love. She has to go to court and she's very worried. Whatever the outcome of the court case, is it not so that all is still well. You're nobody's slave. Even if they hand you down a bad result, they are just your servants. You'll still be fine. Don't live in fear of negative outcomes to circumstances. What's deeper than that? Don't live in fear of bad weather. Recognize the unchanging sky that you are. Because subtly your fear and your worry has some dynamic and creative influence. Who your being that it is will give you how you get it. So get your head out of there and come to your highest knowing and hold yourself there. And this is the best tactic for getting the best outcome. There's so many versions of what's happening right now. Some people think, oh my God, the demons have taken over. And some people think, like take for example Trump, some see him as a monstrous demon, and other people see him as a savior. In fact, there was even a question about whether they were going to add another book to the Bible, the book of Trump. And what you realize from this is that there's no reality to the movie that we're living in. If Trump actually was something, for example, we'd all get him that way. If he really was emanating something, we'd all get him that way, but we don't. Because he's empty. And there is no way that he is. Just like there's no way that you are. Have a look now. Is there a way that you are? Or is it just that you are? And what is that? Is it that you are? Have a look now. What is it that you actually are? You've got your ideas about how you are. Oh, I'm a bit like this, I'm a bit like that. My past says that I'm this. But actually, who are you? Is there a way that you are? Is there a way that the sky is? Is there a way that you are? Actually, no. Do you see what I mean? In what context is it true that there's no way that you are? There's no way that he is. There's no way that anybody is. How we get something is given by who we are being that it is. How we get something is given by who we are being that it is. Everybody watching me now is getting me differently. Given by who they're being that I am. And what causes the beingness that they are for me is their past conditions, their perspective, their state of mind, the space they are for me, what they're allowing. And that's what determines how I turn up for you. And it's the same with myself. Who I'm being that I am gives me how I get myself. Is there a way that I am? No. Do I appear in a certain way? Yes. But is there actually a way that I am? No. Who we're being that something is gives us how we get it. The end of victimhood. It wasn't what they did that made you something something. It was what you made it mean. In what context is that true? Moving away from victimhood of any kind. Recognizing that I am responsible for my experience of this life. How is that true? I'd like to share the ocean with you all. A pre-dawn swim in the cold and cleaning waves. Then there is nothing left but now. Yeah, what I'd like to share with you is the shoreless ocean. The shoreless ocean of love. The shoreless ocean of awareness. The shoreless ocean of peace. It has no edge. There's nowhere where it's not. There's no time where it's more than in another time. So as we enter into this, through the portal of now, into this new age, there won't be more awareness in the shoreless ocean of love in the future than there is now or there has been in the past. It's everywhere, always equally. The sky isn't less when there's a storm and more when it's sunny. The sky remains untouched by all the different weathers and seasons that flow through it. Perhaps in 10 years from now, there'll be tens of thousands of satellites around the planet, beaming different energies down. Will that change the sky? The Chinese have openly admitted that they've been changing the weather for a long time. Will that change the sky? Bill Gates has got plans to turn the light of the sun down a bit as a means of dealing with the climate crisis. Will that change the sky? No, it won't change the sky at all. It may change what's in the sky. It may change what the sky holds, but it won't change the sky. What does that equate to in us? Can we live as that? Can we flow as that? can we dance through this life as that, quiet of mind and fully hearted. In these last couple of decades, all information has become available. Are we any the wiser? What this shows us is the same. All this thinking I have done, did it make me any the wiser? What actually is wisdom? Is wisdom a type of thinking or a type of thought? Or is wisdom something beyond that? Is wisdom recognizing the shoreless ocean of life, of love, of presence, of suchness? If you can sit and surrender to pure presence, you need not read another book about spirituality. That presence is the greatest teacher. Silence and stillness is the greatest teacher. You can sit and experience peace, but don't forget, there's more profound peace than that. You can get still, and then you can get very still, and then you can be stillness. There's more. There's always more. The more we completely surrender to the presence in any moment, the more we will find it easy to surrender, until we start feeling more confident in presence than we do being installed in our minds. We've placed so much of our sense of security in our thoughts, but we ended up insecure. But being in presence eradicates the sense of danger and is absolute safety, indisturbable. The sky remains the sky no matter what goes on in it. Dangerous things, bombs go off in the sky. Sky remains untouched. Sky-like awareness, is that who I am? Can you confirm? And the more that you do, the quieter you will become. And the quieter you will become, the more valuable what it is you have to say will be. You won't need opinion so much. You won't care about your opinions so much because you recognize they're opinions. They're based on perspective. If you look from one way, this opinion will arise. If you look from that way, this opinion will arise. Opinions don't reflect truth. What if there isn't a way that it is? That's the other option. No, it's this way. It's definitely this way. No, it's not. It's this way. Why is it this way? Because of this and that and that and that and that and that and that. Oh, no, because of this, this and this, it's this way. What if there isn't a way that it is? That it's all perspective driven? That your position is given by who you've been? One thing leading to another, leading to another. Infinite, untraceable causality. What is beyond that? In what domain does all that happen? Suchness, what does that mean? In pure presence, when your consciousness and awareness are merged, is there anything more? Is there anything more wonderful? No. Only if more and more members of humanity awaken to this pure presence will our relationship with the extraordinary technologies that we've now developed be correct. In CERN, which is this huge, the biggest scientific experiment ever, 26-mile circular tunnel, they have, about a month ago, they were predicting that in a week, and I saw this from 2 different sources, within a week they would discover a parallel timeline, a parallel universe. They're literally saying that's what they were going to do. Now they've gone very quiet. I've been looking for it, waiting for it, but I have seen nothing about what actually happened in that regard. But that's where we're at. And we need to be conscious first. We need to be awake first. If humanity is driven by its unresolved unconscious, then it's going to be motivated by greed, by anger, by resentment, by ignorance. And that will be the fundamental driver behind all the things that we do. So it's imperative that we wake up now to the heart. So that we let consciousness, awakeness, drive our decisions. Because if we don't, then we'll self-destruct. Literally, we'll self-destruct. Someone will take it upon himself, oh, there's too many of us, so I better do the brave thing and kill everybody so that so that the species can survive. People are actually thinking like that. Why? Because they're driven by ignorance. They're ignoring suchness. They're ignoring the true wisdom of awareness, of peace. As that informs humanity, as that becomes the ground of being consciously for humanity, then the sky's the limit. And it's all coming very, very quickly. A true refuge is in what actually is, what is unchanging, pure awareness, suchness, presence. So any more questions? Another good question. Okay, well, let us give thanks. Thank you for being there, because if you weren't there, I wouldn't have had the experience that I have had. I don't know who you are, but we are connected. And I send you love and I send you blessings. Blessings are like magical wishes. We never really know if we can bless, and that's a good thing. But we can have the intention of doing that. And who knows? So bless you. May your ascension be smooth, full of grace, magnificent, and happening now. May you awaken to the extraordinary depth of your beautiful being. May you release the past. May you come into full presence and flow through your life as that. So from the heart center of the planet of Glastonbury, I send you solstice blessings.